Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be trying out the brand new THOR relic. THOR is the first UR character in the game to get a relic, which is pretty crazy. Her CC can now exceed over 80,000, currently she's nearly at 75,000 with attack crit, which is absurd. Let me show you here. Attack crit, this is perfect attack crit, she has 6'6", she has all outfits, she does have bird upgrade, not deer upgrade. If she had deer upgrade she'd have 75,000 CC, as well as with HP defense having about 80,000, which is crazy. What does the relic do? The relic adds 200,000 to her divine lightning value at the start of battle, which is capped at 300,000, that's when she gets her Thunder God Judgment buff. And what else does it do? It increases crit chance by 30% and damage dealt by 50% when the hero uses a skill while Thunder God's Judgment is active, which is crazy. A 50% damage increase and a 30% crit chance increase, which is not something she really needed, the crit chance increase, because when she had Thunder God Judgment, she already got a 30% attack related stat boost, so when she gets it, she actually gets a 60% crit chance boost, which is kind of crazy. Also, per applicable ally, she gets 5% all stats, which is also crazy. So if you got 4 applicable allies and a 20% crit chance, you're looking at about 80% crit chance she can boost on her own now, which is really good. And yeah, so this team we're running, we'll go for gear. Of course, you saw attack crit, HP defense, attack crit. Links wise, they're just all, I think they're all running HP defense for links. And then Carter, we're running for everyone's the same race. We get a lovely 15% attack related stat boost. There'll be a timestamp to floor 4. If you're only here for floor 4, there'll be a timestamp in the description where you can just go straight to floor 4. We're going to be doing floors 1 through on auto, so let's get on with it. Here we go, now on to floor 1, so of course it will be on auto. We also have some cool news. The next character has been leaked. It is a new Eastern of Authority, which is the Awakened Eastern. My guess is she's probably going to be blue, because we have a red one, we have a green one, only makes sense they have a blue. Also, a little bit more news. That's the exact same version that Salos is actually based off of when it comes to the combined versions of Eastern, and I don't know who else she's combined with. Roxy, that's who it is. It's based off that form, and then Roxy, the Awakened Roxy is what's based off of Salos's form as well. So, is that a hint that we could be seeing a possible, you know, catastrophe character at the end of the month? Possibly. I'd like to think so. Okay, because you know it's been quite a while. Either that or Ragnarok, I'd be completely okay with. Solely because they do need to start getting new characters, because it's been a long time, okay? It's been over a year since they've had story. Of course, you know, we've had Hell, we've had technically LL Brynhild, who's quite an improvement, we've had other characters as well, but we've not had new content from the story, which is the biggest thing, and that's normally the biggest way how we get new characters. Not new named characters, just generally new characters. This team's doing pretty well, we're already on the final phase in a minute on auto, which is crazy. I just realized this is the final phase. And there we go. Super easy. No damage taken. That was really quick. I was not expecting it to be that quick. Okay. And now on to floor 2. Here we go. Now on to floor 2. Some people ask why I use Miguelda over someone like Lolly Merlin, because, you know, I've got the box CC, I've got the characters, I could just run a full DPS team and it still would be quite viable, and it'd probably actually be quicker than this team. I just think it's not too bad. I like this. This team's got a nice chunk of bulk to it. You got cleanse just in case your character has some health. It can get low sometimes. If you trigger like the 4 heal passive and it's got a flood single target, you can take a decent chunk of damage. But yeah, apart from that, it's not really too needed. You know, this team's got it handled. Miguel has a Power Strike ultimate. She's got some cleansing. She provides buffs for the team if people reach full health. Of course, through lifesteal, which is kind of hard, because lifesteal is quite restricted in these. They lower your lifesteal by 40% at the start of battle, but passives that do boost lifesteal, like all-stat boost, like what Thor has, do still boost through it, which is pretty good. Once again, this team is really quick and really consistent. Huge damage from the team. Basically, two-shot everything. And now onto the final phase already, which is another minute. That's how quick this team is, speedrun. Of course, this team is quick without Thor's Relic. Thor's Relic is probably only going to really be shown. I reckon on Bird Floor 4 and even Deer Floor 4, I reckon her Relic could really come in clutch. But of course, I have to test that out. Sadly, that means I will have to do Deer Floor 4, even though I don't really want to have to. I'm gonna have to. But yeah, that's just how it is. And now on to floor 3, which, yeah, on floor 3. Here we are now on to floor 3, where it's going to get slightly harder, but we'll be able to see Thor's Relic in action a little bit more now. The CC does help in terms of, like, it does make her once again the highest CC character in the game. It means in PvP, you know, she can basically out CC anyone. And the Unknown team has quite decent CC as it is. Held's rocking about 74,000 fully whaled out. Millam's rocking, I believe, close to 76,000 with all whaled out. Once again, Thor pushing 80,000. I believe Camilla is about 70,000, 71,000 when she's fully whaled out. I'm not too sure what Camilla's CC really is maxed out, because mine, sadly, is not maxed out yet. She's still only 1/6, but it is what it is. This team is really good. So much bulk. Thor's Relic. We're going to start to see some signs of it soon, hopefully. The next phase we will. I mean, the second card that's played, we may even be able to 2-shot it. Next phase, I'm pretty sure damage cap, no, it won't be a 3-shot, it has to be a 3-shot. Pretty sure damage cap's about 30 to 35%. Here we go, lots of good skills. Every skill on this team is really good, apart from, of course, what's her name? Magelda's single target. But yeah, this damage is incredible. That was without Thunder God as well, which is really good. That's why the base attack boost, just from the Relic alone, is very minimal. Her Relic, even though like most Relics now give you absurdly high stats, doesn't actually give too much. I know it's because she's a UR base, so if they gave her too high stats, it'd be crazy. But yeah, it is still quite noticeable. Because Thor did fall off quite a bit, but hopefully this buff can really sort of bring her back a little bit. Of course, got Melee and Meta at the moment, who has a taunt, which he does an additional 50% damage to taunted enemies, which is pretty handy. I don't know what passive we got here, but hopefully it's not the full heal one. No, it can be the full heal one, I don't really care. Tyr's just going to one-shot anyway. There we go. I think the button had 1 turn total in the entire 3 floors, and we cleared it all in like under 5 minutes, which is crazy quick. Remember, it's auto, so if you need to farm relics, this is a crazy team for farming relics. And now on to floor 4, probably the thing that you may have been waiting for. Here we are now on to floor 4, which is, it's not hard, and it's definitely not stupidly easy, because there are some gimmicks you can sort of be screwed up in, not badly, but mainly the second phase you can get a little bit screwed over if you don't play the right cards. But let's see how this goes. It should be quite easy. So, start with my normal setup, which is this, which sort of just maximizing the buffs, maximizing damage. These cards aren't amplified, so it's not too bad. This skill, of course, gives you a, there you go, got the buff now, which is kind of handy. And we do just under damage cap there, which is pretty good. I would damage was like 400,000. But this team, thankfully, it doesn't actually carry over the passives. This team's pretty good. Got really good damage reduction. It's going to keep going for Tyr. If you are running Lolly Merlin instead of Tyr, it will go after Lolly Merlin. So you may want to put recovery gear on her a little bit, because she doesn't heal too much from Red Tamia, which is slightly sad, which is why Miguel is also a really good shout to have. I'm going to do this. Actually, no, I'll do this, and we waste this. Don't want that. Thor's hopefully about to kill. She has got max stacks, well not max stacks, but she's got her new buff, so hopefully, my guess is she should hit damage cap. She didn't hit damage cap without the buff. So there we go, damage cap. Shion does shield damage, because she's just really good. Here we go. We already got another level 2, which is good. I'll do this, play this, play this, play this. We've also got Thor's ult as well, which I can play next turn, which basically always hits damage cap. Even without the buff, it pretty much always hits damage cap, which is really nice. Because some skills don't do much. Even Shion can hit damage cap without the buff. It's just, you need a lot of setup. You need to pop her ultimate, she needs to basically have like a ton of Magelda buffs, she needs to have max tier buffs, and she needs an amplify skill, and then she can hit damage cap without it. Tyr's actually taking a lot of damage here, but that's fine. What we can do is I want to do something like this to sort of maximize damage here. So this of course gives us Thunderward's Judgment. Now we've got a 30% crit chance boost and a 50% damage increase. Of course that is only for Thor, but it's still really good. Is it noticeable? Yeah, actually that's quite noticeable. This is the skill I wanted to see it on the most. It's really noticeable. Like, bear in mind that boss takes a considerable amount of, like, he's got a considerable amount of damage reduction if you don't have this shield. And she quite easily did 300,000 damage and even 200,000 damage, which is actually really good. It's a shock, but it's really pleasant shock to see. What we can do is just waste these. I was going to waste the Miguelda skill. I'm not going to. Solely because I don't think she can do the damage needed. So these two skills will do the 220%, and then this skill's only got to do about 11-12%. But I just don't really think Miguelda can do it, sadly. Even with all the buffs she's got on her, I know she is Amplify, but I still don't really believe she has it in her to get it. I'll do something like this. So if you don't crit this phase, you need to play Amplify, Power Strike, or a Thor skill to get rid of these buffs. If you don't crit, you get a damage increase, you'll see here. It will get a damage increase, it can stack up to 3 times. It's a 30% damage increase, as you can see there. When you crit, it gets removed. Critting only removes 2 of these buffs, so if they say you give it 3, you play 3 Miguelda skills and then a Thor skill, and the Thor skill crits, it'll only remove 2 of the 3 buffs. This is also a thing on the second phase as well, sorry, the 4th phase as well, where that happens, which is, it's not too bad on the 4th phase, because at that point you're pretty well prepared for it. You can also do stuff like this, where you just play, you give it 2 stacks, you know you can get rid of it with like a tier skill, because tier hits several times. The reason why you also want to play skills that hit several times, because you have several chances to crit. Where, you know, for example, Shion's big Amplify skill only hits once, you only got 1 attempt to crit, compared to, well, you know, I think Thor can hit several times, Tier's got 1 skill that hits many times. Miguel has a skill that hits many times, but she will not crit. Miguel will only crit if you have, I forgot her name now. If you have LR Merlin on the team, then she can crit then. We'll also waste this ultimate because I don't want it. You need to cleanse the disable, because the disable I believe is 2 turns, even at level 1, so it will affect us into next phase. This is going to be the true test of damage here. I actually saved this skill here. It does ignore crit resistance, but every time you lower its health, I believe by about 25%, it gets a new buff. So it doesn't have a buff at the moment. Get it to 75%, it will get a defense-related stat boost of 25%. No, sorry, it'll get a defense-related stat boost. I don't actually know what the value is. I want to say it's about 50%. Get it to 50% health, it gets a HP-related stat boost. Get it to 25% health, it gets an attack-related stat boost, and then of course you kill it as well. We can't kill it in 3 skills. It is possible to kill in 3 skills. We'll play this. This is like the ultimate test here. So I pop this. Can I guarantee every crit here? We do, which is really hard to do here. Can she actually land the kill as well? She can. Okay. We killed it in 3 skills. 3 skills, which is crazy. Because normally, you can actually get quite screwed over by that first buff, because it can really, like, it can dampen about 2 of your skills. If you even miss, like, 1 or even 2 crits, it can completely destroy Thor's damage. Of course, you can play the crit chance skill, which basically guarantee crits, but it's still not as impactful. The damage isn't really all there, because that one has like 2 times crit damage, and it ignores 100% crit resistance, which is really handy. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.